So in the last video, we learned how to open and save our own copy of a physics of music lab activity here in Google Colab. The next thing I want to show you how to do is share your Jupyter notebook with me. Now we haven't made any changes to it yet. There's nothing to submit, but you will run into questions that you want to ask me about. And the absolute best way to ask me a question is to send me the link to your Colab document, to your Jupyter notebook here, and then tell me what problem you're having. Because when I open it, I can start to read it, I can look for what I expect to see, I can identify things that I did not expect to see, and I can start to answer your question right away. If you don't send me a copy of your notebook, there's really not much I can do, because it's a lot easier to just show me what the problem is than it is for you to try to describe it. So the way you share one of these, you click on the share button over here in the upper right corner of the screen. It's called Share Notebook. When you click on that, it's going to open a share dialog that looks exactly like what you see in Google Docs or Google Slides or anything else you work with in the Google Drive ecosystem. That's why I love the Google Colab environment, because it's natively integrated into Google Drive. So the way I tend to do this is I just make it accessible to anyone with the link. There's really not going to be anybody who stumbles upon your Jupyter notebook, and even if they did, there's not really anything they're going to do with it. So I tend to change this restricted to anyone with the link can view. If you really want to allow me to go in and investigate, you can allow me to comment or edit. But if you make me a viewer, that's totally fine, because I can go and make my own copy of your copy so that I can play around with it and investigate. Now, if you're a little bit more cautious about that, about having your file out there on the internet, you can leave this as restricted and then grant me access here. So just a note here, you will want to Brian, we're going to need to blur out some of those names here. You will want to give me access. So just give me access, brianlane723@gmail.com, so that I can get access to your Jupyter notebook here. Then you'll click on copy link once you've made that change. Once you copy that link, then you can email it to me. You just paste it into an email. So like when I go to write an email, I can paste that in here. You can send that to me in an email, or when you go to submit it on Canvas, this is the link you go to submit. That copy link button is the thing that you want to use.